Good morning, guys, and happy Monday. Thank you all so much for joining me today for Little Coffee and Coaching. Not to be confused with my After Five segment called Cocktails and Coaching, which, just kidding, but it may be coming soon, so stay tuned. I would like to start my first segment off discussing communication. And communication is the key to any successful relationship, whether it's with your spouse, your boss, your friends, your kids, your neighbors, even complete strangers. Communication is very important in all of our lives. And I believe that because of social media, we've lost the ability to communicate effectively because we just don't really interact the way we used to anymore. And this can create a lot of problems in our lives, whether it's a miscommunication or somebody misinterprets something that you've said or haven't said. It's something that we really need to work on. And so I always tell my clients, there's two examples I kind of like to give when it comes to how improper communication can really affect us. And the first one is if you were dropped into a foreign country where you didn't speak the language and none of the signs were in a language you understood and none of the people living there understood you, and trying to figure out how long it would take you to find a hotel to stay at or go grocery shopping or get transportation, anything where there was just the inability to understand what you were reading or what people were saying to you. And it's been done in movies and it's been done in TV series where it's funny. We all think it's humorous when you have two characters that have some miscommunication at the very beginning of a movie, and the whole movie is just kind of wrapped up in these people trying to do whatever it is that they're doing based on the miscommunication they got from the other person. And while it may be funny when we watch it on TV or in a movie, it's not so funny when it's our real life and it affects us. And communicating incorrectly can lead to all kinds of problems, divorce, you could get fired. There's just so many things that can happen when we don't communicate effectively. This has a lot to do with how we listen and how we interpret what people are saying to us. So the first thing I think that's very important is for people to start recognizing what other people are saying to them and how they take it. So what one person says and one person means may end up being two different things. And sometimes people tend to take things that we say the wrong way. And if it's misinterpreted, it can cause all kinds of problems. So I think it's very important that we clear the air whenever there's any sort of a miscommunication with anybody, friends, like I said, significant others, your boss, your employees, so that you make sure that you're on the same page. And a really effective and efficient way to do this is if something is said to you and you're not sure what that person meant by that, and it's something that you could take offense to, that you automatically clear the air by asking them what they meant. Or you can repeat back to them what they just said to you or what you thought they said to you and see if that's what they actually meant and how they meant it. So little tricks like that are a really, really important way to start training your brain to think about how people come at you and people talk to you. Some people don't realize when they can be a little bit abrasive, or when what they say that they meant to help out could be something that could be misconstrued and taken as criticism. So instead of keeping that in and not expressing how you feel to the person that you're interacting with, it really is important that that gets talked out and that gets discussed. And that's one of the very first parts of effective communication, is making sure that you understand what somebody is trying to say to you. And if it's taken in a negative manner, that you clarify that without just automatically assuming that they meant something that they never even meant in the first place. So that's one of my tips for today, and we're at the 5-minute mark, so I'm going to kind of just leave that sitting with you guys to think about. The next time that you're out and about and you're interacting with people, think about your mannerisms, think about the way that people talk to you, and maybe the way you talk to people. When it comes to strangers, smiling is always a great way to break the ice, and just being polite and giving people the right of way and giving people a little leeway, because we're all kind of struggling right now, and there is nothing, I think, that is more important to people these days than somebody that just gets them and somebody that just understands they're having a bad day and just kind of gives them a pass. So maybe you need to give someone a pass today. Maybe somebody needs to give you a pass today. But whatever it is, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope that this little segment that I did kind of gives you some food for thought and helps you out in your next potential miscommunication situation. Have a good one.